This is my letter written to King Charles on the 8th of November 2024. Your Majesty, King Charles, I would be grateful, sir, if you would please use your influence to move a court appeal forward. 3 years ago, I was taken to court by Devon and Cornwall Police, acting for 2 Jehovah's Witnesses, for a truthful statement which I had made on YouTube. This comment was simply my stating the result of the Australian Royal Commission regarding, and then I'm going to leave out 3 words, beep, 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 within Jehovah's Witnesses. In approximately August 2021 at Plymouth Crown Court, and then in brackets at pre-trial as the actual trial never took place, close brackets, the judge very reluctantly threw the case out, but in his fury he issued me with a 10-year criminal behaviour order not to criticise in some vague and undefined way Jehovah's Witnesses. When the judge gave me the 10-year criminal behaviour order and told me that I could leave the court, I shouted, "I respect Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, she's a good lady, and I disagree with the claim made by over 40 Jehovah's Witnesses to me, which I recorded and put up on my YouTube channel, that she rules the UK by the authority of the devil." Yes, it really is true. On my YouTube channel, where I have 3,000 recordings of Jehovah's Witnesses spouting their nonsense, including over 40 stating that our good late Queen rules by Satan's authority, it is their official doctrine that the British Crown, i.e. your good late mother and now yourself, sir, rule Britain, they refuse to call it Great Britain, by the authority of the devil. Sir, would you please see to it that my appeal, which was made in 2021 by local solicitor Mr. Beep Beep, that name is edited out, moves forward quickly. Secondly, I would ask you, sir, to forward to me in MP3 format all recordings of my time in court, especially of my defending the late Queen Elizabeth, whose passing I certainly do lament, when I shouted at the judge, who then threatened me with contempt of court. Talk about a corrupt legal system. I would like people to hear just how corrupt and lacking in any common sense that judge was. Thirdly, would you please explain why a Crown Court judge, who is supposed to defend the monarch because he represents her in court, that is why it is called a Crown Court, instead defends people who claim that our late, good Queen Elizabeth, and now you, get their authority from the devil? To me, this is a clear-cut case of treason against the Crown by that judge. So please investigate this treason. And should you ever need a hangman, re the case of treason against the Crown, then I am happy to volunteer my services. And I'd do so for free. I'd even save up to pay for the bus fare myself. As a Christian, I have evangelized Jehovah's Witnesses for 35 years, and so please do not underestimate me, as I have a tremendous amount of written and spoken evidence for my court appeal. Yours sincerely, Robert Skinner. I would ask people, as a favour to me, please support me. Please support me by writing a letter to King Charles at Buckingham Palace. I am fed up of people saying that nothing will happen. I understand that. But listen to me, please. Please support me. Write a letter. You can write to any member of the royal family or King Charles, care of Buckingham Palace, London SW1A 1AA. Write the letter and send me a copy of the letter, but with your personal details. That is your name, your address, your postcode and your phone number blacked out. I do not wish to, and I would want a scan of the letter. If it's an A4 sheet of paper, you need to scan the letter in 2 halves, because that will fit better on a computer screen, which is rectangular. Please, if you receive no reply, then I suggest you telephone Buckingham Palace, which is the UK dialing code, which is +44. And if you're dialing from within the UK, then the telephone number for Buckingham Palace is 020 7930 4832. If you're phoning from outside the UK, it's +44, that's the international dialing code, 20 7930 4832. And send me a copy of that recording, please, so I can put it up on my YouTube channel. If there are numerous people who write and who telephone Buckingham Palace and then send me recordings, and we get these recordings up on YouTube, eventually it might dawn on people, why are the royal family and why is the king doing nothing to defend the honour of his mother, our late monarch, Queen Elizabeth II? When I hopefully do have this retrial, and I've been waiting well, it's not a retrial because I wasn't found guilty, the case was dismissed, but I have this 10-year criminal behaviour order against me. I'm not allowed to enter any church or kingdom hall in the UK, and in some vague, unspecified way, I'm not allowed to criticise Jehovah's Witnesses or Christians from 2021 to 2031, a 10-year period. And that is why I usually title my YouTube videos Debating Jehovah's Witnesses, because I'm just debating the Bible. You see, that would be my defence. I'm asking people to support me. Please, ask King Charles, why do Jehovah's Witnesses have charity status when they say that he rules by the power of the devil and his mother rules by the power of the devil? Numerous other issues that you could bring up, and I ask you please to do that, but it's best to keep your letter to one single side of A4 paper, and remember, follow your letter up with a phone call. Buckingham Palace usually say it takes 12 weeks to process letters, so if you phone them up they'll tell you to wait until a 12-week period has passed. But if you deal in your letter with issues of treason against the crown, you shouldn't wait 12 weeks for Buckingham Palace to deal with that. That is absolute, that is in itself, in my opinion, an act of treason by Buckingham Palace. If they hear that people are saying that the monarch rules by the power of the devil, then they should act immediately. If they don't act immediately, you need to ask why not. And if you're from outside of the UK, because here in the UK anyone can be arrested for anything, that's why I have to be very careful about what I say. And I do get rather angry when people send me email messages, ask me all sorts of personal information. If I said something wrong on one of those emails or a posting on YouTube, Jehovah's Witnesses, I know the Bethel head office and other Jehovah's Witnesses, they do check the comments that are made by critics of Jehovah's Witnesses online. If I'm reported to the police, I can go to prison for 6 months immediately. 6-month prison sentence for just an innocuous statement on YouTube, which is why I had to beep out several things in this letter. I am fed up of people spending so much time explaining to me why nothing will happen. There's no point writing to King Charles. You don't need to tell me that. I know that. But if 100 people write, and then 100 people telephone Buckingham Palace, and if you're from outside the UK, you can shout down the phone. Why aren't you doing anything? Are you a bunch of cowards? Are you traitors? What's the point in having a king if the king doesn't give any leadership to the country? So I really hope that people will write, they'll telephone Buckingham Palace, and please let me have a copy of those recordings, and hopefully I can put them up on my channel. Thank you.